Hey guys, so today I'm back with another beauty video. This time I'm doing my top 6 emergency skin fixes so that when you go to do your makeup, there are no issues with your canvas. The first one is that your skin just might be a little bit dirty. What I would do in this case is use the best possible cleanser with the best possible cleansing device to dislodge dirt, makeup, oil, and just like other impurities that are kind of stuck in your skin. I of course have always used a Clarisonic ever since, well, it was the first cleansing brush I ever got. I started with the Mia and then I got the full one, and now I have the Clarisonic Mia Fit and I'm working with Clarisonic on this. I love it so much because it's so compact. I took it with me to Peru. It had a USB charger so I could just plug it into my computer to charge on the go, and the charge lasts ages as well. I didn't have to charge it at all on my, it was a 2-week trip. I can chuck it in my overnight bag, in my gym bag. I can take it with me wherever I go, or it can live in my bathroom. Ooh. The Clarisonic cleans your face 3 times better than you can with just your hands. That's why it's important to, if you've been doing it that way, just get a good deep clean. It has those really nice velvety bristles, if you've ever felt them, that improves the skin's texture and also removes any dullness. There's 2 speed settings, and I like to use the regular speed setting all over, and then over my larger pore areas like my nose, my chin and my forehead, I use the second setting. Whenever I'm having issues with my makeup, I like to take a step back and just go ahead and cleanse my face again with the Clarisonic. I was at a shoot once and I didn't have a Clarisonic at this point, but the makeup artist, she was the YSL makeup artist, like national makeup artist at the time, cleansed Annabella Barber's skin with a Clarisonic before the shoot. So that was the first time I saw it, and then I asked for one for Christmas, and I got one for Christmas off my ex Jack's mum, and it was my pride and joy until I got the full Clarisonic, and yeah, really awesome product. Dry patches is something that I actually suffer from a lot, and suffer is a very dramatic word. I do not physically suffer, I just kind of go, why? Because my foundation won't stick to it, it looks really gross, I can't stop touching it and that kind of thing. So I found the most amazing trick, and I found this out after getting sunburn one day, and I was trying to get rid of the peeling. If you get an oil, it can be literally any oil, like girl, you go ahead and use olive oil if you want, but if you put a little bit on there, and the key word is a little bit, you can't like douse yourself in it, but if you put a little bit on your skin and you start rubbing with dry fingers, just very gently, kind of in the same direction, it's gonna start peeling off like Parmesan cheese. And you just keep rubbing till it's gone. It's really festy and gross, but then you don't have those stupid dry patches. It's just, it's epic. It's epic, and it's actually really fun. I say it's gross, but it's fun. Now let's talk about blackheads. Blackheads are very controversial because a lot of people don't like to use blackhead strips, but I love blackhead strips. So when I get blackheads, and sometimes they do kind of build up, especially after 2 weeks in Peru, but I came back and I used a pore strip, and oh my god, the stuff that came out of that was so satisfying. It was worth roughing it for 10 days just to see the blackheads on that pore strip, can I just say. Anyway, I tried to do it again now in this video, but not as many came out because obviously they'd already been cleaned out a few days before. So if there's too many blackheads, if you run your fingers over your nose, you can feel them. And it is the most it's festy, okay? If you can feel them, they're like tiny little bumps and you're like, ew, these are like bits of dirty sebum like protruding out of my pores. These need to come out. So I love to use Biore strips because it just smooths out the texture of that area and the makeup goes on so much smoother. But I think it's all about the aftercare when you're using these. A lot of people are like, oh, dirt's just gonna flow straight back in. But what I do is I actually use the Clarisonic first, prepare the pores for my pore strips, and then I make sure I'm using really warm water to hot water, not like scalding water, but over the nose, and like really rub it in, and then I apply the pore strips, and then when you remove them, pull them up, and it pulls out a bunch of stuff, so it's really sick. And then of course I finish with my Alpha H. It's the liquid gold. This stuff feels so strange when you apply it when you've just used a pore strip or something like that, but it really is like an amazing miracle water. And it's crazy because it looks exactly like water, but this stuff is glycolic acid, I believe. And then voila, my skin is Blackheadless, essentially. Now when it comes to pimples, I really wish I didn't demonstrate this because I didn't even really have a pimple. I had like a small one here on the side, and then for the sake of demonstration I was like trying to show you how I deal with a whitehead, but I wasn't even a whitehead, so I just mucked up my whole life. Basically, I don't pop a pimple unless I'm an idiot like today trying to demonstrate for you, unless it's a whitehead. What I do with whiteheads is I get some hot water in a little mug, not too hot, but just as if you've boiled the kettle and like waited a few minutes. I put the washcloth in there and then hold it on the pimple, and the heat brings all the blood flow and brings the whitehead even further to a head. So then I can take a tissue like this one, and then I can very gently press and like kind of massage the whitehead out. And I don't do too much pressure. If there's too much pressure involved, you just stop there. Then once I've done that, I put eye drops on it. Using an anti-redness eye drop does the same as what it does to your eyes when you apply it to the skin. Not quite as well, I will say, but it definitely helps. And then I apply my Mario Badescu or Kate Somerville drying lotion. Can you see on the top how it says do not shake? So there is like a pink kind of sediment at the bottom and then some kind of liquid that it's sitting in. You dip a cotton tip in and pick up some of the sediment. It's kind of like a pink mud, and then you apply it directly to each pimple and it kind of dries out, similar to like the Glam Glow mud masks. And then in a few minutes it's sucked all the oils out, and then you can remove it. I even sleep on it sometimes, but if you don't have time, like 10 or 15 minutes will do. And then you can reapply some more eye drops, moisturize, and go ahead with your foundation. If my all over skin texture is just yucky and I've got big pores and stuff, I'll usually do a face mask, and I really like the Glam Glow masks. Normally I would go for the original Glam Glow, but it's completely run out, so I'm going to use this green one, which is the Super Mud. Found this just really tightens my pores, brightens my skin, and makes my skin way smoother. When I took off the mask, my skin was a little bit red, but that calmed right down once I put a moisturizer on. Another thing to do is, of course, exfoliate with a really good exfoliant, and I really like this Arcona one. It's got a really nice fine texture to the exfoliating beads. They're not really beads, they're obviously sand or something like that, but it is the most fine exfoliating experience. And then after that I'll use my liquid gold as well as my Good Genes once again, because I always use these after fixing my skin predicament. Lastly, sometimes I find that my foundation just doesn't come out with the finish that I want. It doesn't look like perfectly fine and even if I've got a lot of hair on my face. So I am a woman, but it runs in my family to have like severe peach fuzz from about here down. It's like my body's a bit confused. It's like, I kind of want to make hair, but I kind of don't want to make hair. So, sorry if you can't tell, I've been pretty sick lately. But I actually shave my face, and sometimes I use a regular razor. I just make sure it's not the same one that I shave my legs with. And sometimes I use this smaller one so I can get the fine areas like around my mouth and around here. But it makes such a big difference. Shaving your face is not scary, guys. It does not come back thicker. It does not come back black. All that happens is your face is smooth as a damn dolphin. You are so aerodynamic. I wouldn't go skydiving because you will plummet to the floor in 0.5 seconds. Like really, I know that it's a trend happening now and I'm totally on the bandwagon because it makes a huge difference when applying your foundation. Then once you've used one of my tips to combat your skin emergency, you can apply your foundation. And my tip to getting an absolutely flawless foundation finish is to use a smoothing primer. You can use like Benefit Professional, but today I'm using the Lancome Visionaire 1 Minute Blur. And then I'm taking a beauty blender, and my big tip is to use a makeup setting spray as the dampener for your beauty blender. And then apply my foundation in dabbing motions. And True Match is good because it's super blendable and matches skin color and texture. If you're wondering, this color, because I'm super pale right now, is N4. And as you can see, my skin looks really beautiful despite the fact that I had popped that damn pimple and didn't do it right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you learned something today in this video. If you have your own skin tip, please leave it in the comments, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video, whatever that may be. Thanks guys, I love you so much, and I will see you very soon. Bye.